A single dad was giving up until the moment his boss leaned in and whispered something that would change everything. And if you've ever been so close to breaking that even breathing felt heavy, broken bar, this story is your reminder that one quiet moment can save an entire life. So stay with me until the end, because what happens to this father might be the very message you needed today. Mark was already running before his alarm even had the chance to betray him again. Sleep had become a luxury, the kind he traded away for late-night laundry, school forms he forgot to sign, and the endless task of packing lunches with whatever scraps were left in the fridge. His daughter Emma, barely 7, sat at the kitchen table swinging her little feet, unrushed, absorbing her father's chaos like it was just another part of their morning routine. He dropped slices of unevenly cut fruit into a plastic container. "Sorry, babe, I know we're late." Emma shrugged, smiling with that innocence children wear like armor. "It's okay, Daddy, we're always late." Those words shouldn't have hurt the way they did, but they dug into him like truth always does. He scooped her up, grabbing his bag, and bolted out the door. Their breath fogged in the cold morning air as they half ran, half jogged to the bus stop only to see the bus pulling away. Again, always again. He swallowed the frustration burning his chest. "It's fine, Daddy's legs work better than wheels anyway." Emma giggled as he hoisted her higher. "You're fast like a superhero." He wasn't. Not even close. By the time he reached the school, sweat soaked his collar and his knees felt like they were grinding against sandpaper. He kissed the top of her head and sent her inside, watching her disappear through the doors like she was stepping into a world he could barely keep up with. Then he turned and sprinted in the opposite direction toward work, toward another day of pretending he wasn't drowning. He arrived 25 minutes late, again, and standing by his desk, arms crossed, lips pressed in a straight line, was Mrs. Halden. The look on her face told him everything. This was it. Mark. Office. Now, the words scraped across his nerves. Inside the office, he stood still, shoulders caved, chest tight, waiting for the blow that would sink him. He imagined the moment he'd have to pick up Emma from school and tell her he'd lost the job that kept the lights on. He imagined nights with no heat, dinners he couldn't provide, dreams he couldn't protect. But before he could speak, before he could even beg, she stepped closer, a broken bar, and her expression shifted. "Mark," she said quietly, "sit." He obeyed because he didn't have the strength to disobey. He started rambling, voice breaking. "I'm sorry. Yeah, I know I've been late. I'm trying. I swear I'm trying. I can work extra hours, or take less pay, or She raised her hand, and that small gesture stopped him. Then she leaned forward, lowered her voice, and whispered, "You don't have to do this alone." He froze. And suddenly, he wasn't a grown man in an office. He was a child again, hearing words he didn't even realize he needed. "You think we haven't noticed?" She continued softly. "You think we don't see you fighting every day to be a father and an employee? You're exhausted, Mark. You've been carrying more than one person should ever have to carry." He felt his vision blur. He blinked rapidly, trying to keep himself together, but it was useless. Someone had finally seen the cracks he hid so well. "I'm giving you adjusted hours," she said. "Paid support days. And if you need more time in the mornings, then you take it. No debate." "Boot a broken bar. I don't understand," he whispered. "Why help me?" "Because someone helped me once," she said, her voice trembling. "And because Emma deserves a father who isn't burning himself alive trying to stay afloat." The tears came, then quiet, warm, unstoppable. He turned away, ashamed, but she didn't look at him with judgment. She looked at him like someone watching a man finally breathe after being underwater for too long. As he left the office, the world felt a broken bar different. Not lighter, not easier, but possible. And possible was enough. He walked slowly to Emma's school that afternoon, not rushing for the first time in months. When she saw him, she sprinted toward him, arms wide, eyes bright. "You're early, Daddy." Early, a word he hadn't heard in forever. He scooped her up. "Yeah, I thought maybe we could do something fun today." "Like ice cream?" She gasped. "Like ice cream," he said, even though he wasn't sure how much was left in his bank account. They walked hand in hand through the park, leaves crunching under their feet, her voice filling the air with stories of her day. Mark listened to really listened to it as if each word was a lifeline pulling him back to the surface. That night, After Emma fell asleep on the couch with a cartoon faintly buzzing in the background, Mark sat at the kitchen table. The apartment was silent except for the hum of the fridge, which sounded tired just like him, but he felt something new. He pulled out a notebook and wrote a short list. Ask for help, breathe more, be patient, be proud even on the hard days. Show Emma what resilience looks like. He didn't know it yet, but this small act of this intentional would reshape everything. Over the following months, his life didn't magically become perfect. Mornings were still messy. Socks still disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Lunches were still made in a rush, but he wasn't alone anymore, not at work, not in his mind. He started walking Emma to school instead of running with her bouncing on his hip. He started eating breakfast with her, even if it was just cereal. He even started leaving work on time, carrying home a gentle reassurance that nobody expected him to carry the world alone. The biggest shift happened the afternoon he stopped by Mrs. Halden's office. He knocked lightly. "Hey," he said. "I never really said it properly, but a broken bar, thank you." "I mean it. You saved us." She smiled, eyes soft. "No, Mark, I just did what someone once did for me. You were the one who kept going." And in that moment, he understood something that would stay with him for the rest of his life. Strength isn't the absence of struggle, it's the decision to rise again, even after your world has folded in on itself. Sometimes all it takes is one whisper from someone who sees you, truly sees you, to remind you that you're stronger than the worst thing you've survived. And sometimes, the person you save with kindness, a broken bar, grows up to save someone else years later. Because hope doesn't fade, it passes from person to person, heart to heart, moment to moment, quietly, powerfully, endlessly.